Have you ever wondered why
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. Welcome to Troubled Minds News. This is the show where the conspiracy is the news, and of course, what that means is what it's always meant. That the actual news cycle, as it is a bunch of lies and twisting and lying and stealing and cheating and doing whatever it is they do. That's what this show's about. This show actually started with another show called Troubled Minds, the actual Troubled Minds show, and we used to do a whole news segment, and it just became larger and larger and more grotesque and just more propaganda, and it started to take over the whole show. So it seemed reasonable at some point to just peel it off and do its entirely own show, Troubled Minds News. And so here we are. And of course, we talk about all of those things. We talk about interesting news, news that probably should get more coverage and does not. We talk about space news quite a lot because, well, space, the final frontier, right? That whole bit. And we also talk about propaganda and the lies and all the other stuff that, as the technocracy decides it can or cannot be talked about, right? You know what I'm saying there. Wink, wink, with the, for instance, the lab leak hypothesis now, which finally has a name instead of just you dirty conspiracy theorists. That used to be the name of the lab leak hypothesis. But so oddly enough, here we are talking about the news and doing our thing. And as always, this show is live. If you want to be part of the show at any point, give us a call at 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. And you can be part of the show. You can also join the Discord. Go to troubledminds.org. And the website is well on the way to looking less trash-tastic than it was. And there's less broken links and still working on it. So it is a work in progress because we are changing web hosts, obviously, for the podcast. And that's what's happening with that. So anyway, the most important things are on top, the Discord link and the phone number, and you can find all the podcast information there as well. And that's what's up. That's what's up. And I think, is there anything else? Yeah, so notable, we've actually inserted ads into the catalog now, the back catalog. So I warned you it was coming, and it's here. So if you have subbed up to the either this channel on Twitch or to the Patreon, I'm working on an ad-free experience for you as well, which means that you will have access to the feeds directly without any ads whatsoever. So that's available also. So, either way, you're able to, just watching the show, you're able to support what we're doing here, and we're able to maybe monetize the back catalog, just so, of course, growth and sustaining the whole thing and all the rest of that. So it's looking okay so far. Like I said, I'd love your feedback on if you've listened to that. And, I listened to one myself, and I got a Carl's Jr. commercial for some kind of big burger or something. I thought it was pretty amazing. Maybe wanted to run out and grab myself something or other. But anyway, all right, let's do it. Let's get to the news, shall we? So the news here, let's start with this. Let's start with the CNN. Good old CNN, the most trusted source in news. So as you know me, I will link my sources because, of course, that's important to doing this. And let's start with this. CNN reported this today. This is actually on Saturday, Saturday, June 5th. Rare, shiny clouds spotted on Mars and more. Yeah, all right. So what the hell is this? This picture here, this photograph, are what they're calling iridescent mother-of-pearl clouds on Mars. Weird, right? Okay, here we go. So, as far as we know, Earth is a unicorn. We have yet to find a planet quite like ours. Think of what you notice on Earth each day. The shapes of clouds, how hot the sun feels on your skin, the colors of the sky where the sun sets. Now imagine standing on the surface of Mars. When the Curiosity rover looked up recently, it captured images of clouds. The formations are rare there, but they aren't unheard of. Observing Martian clouds can tell us more about the processes unfolding each day on the red planet, both Earth-like and yet unknown. It's like finding out you have something in common with another person, and suddenly you understand them a little bit more. Wow, these guys, these writers at CNN are amazing. What in the world? But anyway, these clouds on Mars, right? Did anybody know there were clouds on Mars? I did because I watched what's that movie with Arnold, right? Remember the clouds and the air, and see you at the party, Richter. Remember that whole thing? Yeah, that movie. What was that called? But anyway, the Philip K. Dick inspired Total Recall, of course. But this in particular is iridescent mother of pearl clouds. I don't know. This looks pretty amazing. I wish we had a better photograph, but of course we've talked about this and how they tend to put these really crappy cameras on these super expensive gizmos that go to Mars, which makes no sense. But who knows? Maybe there's a top secret super camera that they're using and they just don't give the data to the public. That wouldn't surprise me a single bit. But in any case, these are clouds on Mars, iridescent mother of pearl clouds, and what the hell is all that about? I have no idea, other than it's nice to see some stuff coming off of Mars that doesn't really get talked about. Again, did you know there were actual clouds on Mars? I was only kidding when I said I did, but apparently there is, and apparently they're rare, and apparently they were spotted by the rover that's up there on Mars itself. So, yeah, all right. So anyway, let's continue, shall we? As we continue rolling through this, you got to notice the censorship is just in beautiful full effect, doing what it does, right? So this is from the BBC, and Twitter suspends Naomi Wolf after tweeting anti-vaccine misinformation. Fantastic, right? Fantastic. And this is Dr. Wolf, known for her acclaimed third-wave feminist book, The Beauty Myth, posted a wide range of unfounded theories about vaccines. One tweet claimed that vaccines were, quote, a software platform that can receive uploads. Okay. All right. She also compared Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top COVID advisor in the U.S., to Satan, to her more than 140,000 followers. That's a new one. Satan. Dr. Anthony Satan Fauci. Anyway, most recently, she tweeted that the urine and feces of people who had received the jab needed to be separated from general sewage supplies, while tests were done to measure its impact on non-vaccinated people through drinking water. Dr. Wolf was also duped into tweeting a made-up quote of an image of an American adult film star dressed up as a doctor. Her suspension has been welcomed by many on the platform. Professor Gavin Yamey tweeted that he was pleased, adding that Dr. Wolf peddles horrific, dangerous, anti-vax nonsense. All right, well, I don't know who this chick is, but it does warm my heart that they're able to equally ban people from Twitter for equally nefarious things. And so here she is, Dr. Naomi Wolf, whoever you are, Godspeed. I think you'll probably do just fine without Twitter. It's probably a blessing. So congratulations. What's up, guys? I see in the chat. What am I missing? missing. What's up, Jay? What's up, Helena? Helena, look at that. First, Helena gets first. We got Jay Night Stalker. What's up? We got Bailey. Who else is here? Gibby, what's up? The Real Jimmy Roberts says that they take impeccable photos and we get washed out crap. I like that channel, the Real Jimmy Roberts one. That's a fantastic YouTube channel. If you guys haven't seen that, pretty good stuff. Oh, no cursing again. Oh man. Okay. All right. So here we go. So Twitter, Twitter's doing its thing, right? They're actually suspending people for doing, saying bad things, right? Bad people. This will go down on your permanent record. Let's see. Now, not only that, not to be outdone, Twitter also says this, which is
Pro Football
also,
linebacker TJ Watt relies on 6-star Whey Protein Plus for amplified strength, muscle building.
Come on, bro. Really? Holy smokes! It won't mute. Anyway, here you go. This is from Fox News, and of course, Fox News. Check this out. Twitter declares access to its platform a human right amid censorship of conservatives. Of course, this is from Fox News. So Fox News is going to point out the censoring of conservatives. But as we just saw, the Naomi Wolf is also not a conservative at all. But if you go afoul of the narratives and say some quote dangerous things, then you are also going to be banned from Twitter. Though, oddly enough, it is a human right now. I think people misunderstand what a human right means. A human right is something that cannot be taken away. And, so I think, these people have this really bizarre idea of what a human right actually is. But anyway, Twitter declared a free and open internet to be an essential human right in modern society Saturday morning after the Nigerian government banned access to the social media, which we talked about on the last show. But of course, right, once they get chopped out. So, okay, so the long story short of this, we talked about this on Friday. But the Nigerian president had a tweet of his censored by Twitter, and he said, "Nope, no thanks, we ain't doing that." And then he shut down Twitter in his entire country, which is amazing to me. If you want to play games, Twitter, take that. And I love it. I absolutely love that somebody out there had the wherewithal and the guts to shut Twitter down and to step up to this crappy technocratic platform that is full of toxic people, to be perfectly honest. Here we go. So the Twitter public policy said this: "We are deeply concerned by the blocking of Twitter in Nigeria. Access to the free and open internet is an essential human right in modern society. We will work to restore access for all those in Nigeria who rely on Twitter to communicate and connect with the world." I think they're misunderstanding the open internet for their platform, Twitter. Because, of course, if you can't communicate on Twitter, where the hell else can you communicate? Well, that's right. Everywhere else. You could probably go to a blog these days and just type in the comments and communicate with each other. You don't even need Twitter. I'm sorry, Twitter. You suck, and you're not a human right. So, yeah. Jump off Twitter. You suck. All right, let's see where we at time-wise. Make sure we're good. Okay, we're good. All right, so what's up, guys? All right, no cursing. I got you. No cursing. Let's see. Yep. All right. Let's see. Anyway, like the bottom line is this: with all of this stuff, they get to, they pick and choose. They have their cake and they eat it too, right? Like some of these people, oddly enough, right? The third wave feminist here, Naomi Wolf, gets taken down because, vaccine misinformation, whatever this is. But then, right, they get to chop the conservatives. They get to do whatever they want. Here, there, left, right, up, down. And has anybody been on Twitter recently? I mean, didn't we basically establish that Jeremy Corbell kind of threw out a thinly veiled threat to debunkers, right? I mean, if that won't get you banned from Twitter, I don't know what will. And it's like threats. When people say, you notice this too? When people say, or they'll say in the news, I've received death threats. Death threats. You know what that means? That means some suck poppet. What would I say? Suck poppet, pop suck it. What do they call them? What do they call those things? Sock puppet account. See that? I don't even have any of those. Look, people make these stupid accounts. They're like, they have like no image or whatever, and it's just some dumb name like Jimmy6749391 or something like that. And then the sock puppet accounts. See, I can't say it. I can barely say it. I have to think and slow down and focus. I have to meditate just to say that. But they use these things as a swarming type of situation, right? So they to dogpile people or to make death threats, right? And so when people say, or a news report says, and such, Michael Strange has been receiving death threats. It's because some knucklehead on one of those kind of accounts nobody uses except to make death threats is popping off, making some stupid death. Like, just because some knucklehead on the internet types, "Oh, I'm going to get you, Michael Strange." I'm sorry, it's not a death threat. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. And it wouldn't surprise me if they sent it to themselves just so they could cry and say, "Oh, it's a death threat." No, some 12-year-old saying "I'm going to get you" is not a death threat, just FYI. Anyway, I digress. Let's go to the Daily Mail. To the sock puppet Daily Mail. I said it. All right. Humans have the untapped ability to regenerate body parts just like salamanders. Yeah, that's right. Scientists claim. Doesn't it seem like we just saw this not too long ago in a different article? Anyway, this is June 7th. This is researchers compared behavior of proteins in mammals and amphibians. They found an increase in microphages in a salamander in response to injury. This led to the promotion of tissue growth, while in mammals it led to scarring. The team says scarring holds the key to regeneration, and finding a way to block it in humans through drugs could allow for limb regeneration in the distant future. What the hell, right? What the hell? Okay, so the Mexican salamander, the axolotl, is all but extinct in the wild. As a champion of regeneration, though, is able to recreate almost any body part, including the brain. Studying this unusual amphibian helped experts from MD Biological Laboratory in Bar Harbor, Maine, to conclude that humans have an untapped ability to generate. What the hell is going on? Why do we have Miley Cyrus's ass? Get out of here. They focused on understanding why the axolotl doesn't form a scar, or why it doesn't respond to injury in the same way that the mouse or other mammals do. They found that immune cells called macrophages promoted the growth of tissue cells in the salamander, but produced a scarring in the mouse. The team say the formation of scars could be responsible for blocking regeneration in mammals, and that in the future, blocking brain pathways that lead to scarring could allow humans to regrow lost limbs or improve overall health. Interesting. I don't know. I'm not sold on this because, well, one, it's the Daily Mail. Two, scientists seem like these statements happen every day, almost every damn day. I mean, there's always some wild claim about how we're about to do some, like we're about to live to be 150. Remember, like 150 years old is like the top of the human lifespan or some shit like this, right? It's like, it's all theoretical. Everything is all theoretical until, right? It's all fun and games until somebody grows back a limb, and then we'll be like, okay, all right, maybe this isn't complete bullshit, but what are you going to do? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. I think that's as good a start as any. As you guys know, this show is live. If you want to be part of the show, I have another splash here I'm going to put up in the next show that'll actually have the phone number on it. But 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. You can join the Discord, be part of the show that way. Go to troubledminds.org, the official website. Click on the Discord link. It will put your ass right in the Troubled Minds Discord, and you will be happier for it. Let's play a quick word from our sponsor, which is you.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, there we go. Now check this out. Now Helena makes a good point. I don't trust news with Miley's ass on it either. Now check this out. not only the ads just flopping all over this damn page, like this page is just grotesquely covered in ads. Not only that, it's ads and ass. Look at that. Miley Cyrus flaunts toned physique in a very skimpy bodysuit as she, and bam, there it is, her ass. If you scroll down a little further, right, you got this cupcake in a bikini, that cupcake in a bikini, this one, the other one, all the way down. It's like half-naked people all the way through. Now, look, I'm not a prude, all right? I like half-naked people as much as the next guy, but really? I mean, this is whatever. Anyway, we had a joke in the old days that you can't ever trust a news source if it had the Kardashians in the sidebar there, and well, I think this probably qualifies. So if you're looking to regrow a limb anytime soon, I would suggest not getting disappointed when it doesn't happen. All right, let's go to learningenglish.voanews.com. What the hell is this? In any case, let's check this out. Australia to build super telescope. Yeah, what? Sweet. I love it. Australian scientists are leading an international project to build an extremely powerful ground-based telescope. The scientists say the machine will provide a deeper and clearer look into space than the Hubble Space Telescope. The telescope's short name is MAVIS, M-A-V-I-S, which of course stands for, and you guys probably already guessed this, Multi-Conjugate Adaptive Optics Assisted Visible Imager and Spectrograph. Because, well, you guys are geniuses. That's why you knew what that stood for before I even read it, right? Because who didn't? It is designed to correct a problem common to Earth-based telescopes: image blurring caused by atmospheric conditions, which, of course, we've talked about this in the past. It will be an amazing future once we get telescopes into orbit, right? But this one in particular, it's a ground-based. So how are they going to do all this? I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but let's read this. Images produced by MAVIS are expected to be 3 times clearer than the Hubble Space Telescope. Launched in 1990, Hubble orbits Earth from about 550 kilometers away, well outside the planet's atmosphere. Richard McDermott of Macquarie University in Sydney says the new telescope will change the way we explore space. He said that the telescope will permit scientists to push into a new frontier of the furthest and faintest things we can see, which to me is pretty hot, right? Because the further away you look, the further back in time you're checking, and so actual time travel of sorts, right? Pretty neat stuff to me. So anyway, a gravitational lensing and that whole bit, I think it's amazing. Anyway. He said the telescope will permit scientists to push into a new frontier of the furthest and faintest things we can see. And I think I just said that the new view will include the universe's earliest galaxies. This also means an exploration of the past, McDermott explained, because when we look far away into astronomy, we're also looking far back in time because it takes time for the light to reach us. That's what I just said. If these people only consulted me beforehand, we'd have a much better thing, but they didn't. So in any case, let's hope this works. I didn't see an actual time frame for this. Let's see. The telescope will be placed in Chile and run by European Southern Observatory, a research organization based in Germany. It's expected to take 7 years to build and cost $44 million. That's it. Just a little $44 million. Speaking of $44 million, let's go to CNN.com and talk about Jeff Bezos. Yep, this guy. This clown, this ass clown, Jeff Bezos, is going to space on the first crewed flight of a rocket. Of course, he's got the space company Blue Origin, which is competing with Elon Musk's SpaceX to get these NASA contracts, right? Which we talked about not that long ago. That the Senate and House is trying to bail out Jeff Bezos and his Blue Origin company just in time to pay for his purchase of MGM, which is a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, the film studio. Anyway, here we go. Jeff Bezos will be flying in space to space on the first crewed flight of the New Shepard. The New Shepard, that's what it's called, a rocket ship made by his space company, Blue Origin. They need to work on these names. New Shepard, get out of here, people. The flight is scheduled for July 20th, just 15 days after he is set to resign as CEO of Amazon. Blue Origin said Bezos' younger brother, Mark Bezos, will also join the flight. Quote, ever since I was 5 years old, I've dreamed of traveling to space, Bezos, 57, said in a Monday morning Instagram post. On July 20th, I will take that journey with my brother, the greatest adventure with my best friend. If all goes according to plan, Bezos, the world's richest person with a net worth of $187 billion, will be the first of the billionaire space tycoons to experience a ride aboard the rocket technology that he's poured millions into developing. Not even Elon Musk, whose SpaceX builds rockets powerful enough to enter orbit around Earth, has announced plans to travel to space aboard one of his company's human-worthy crew capsules. British billionaire Richard Branson, whose own space company Virgin Galactic, is planning on conducting flights to suborbital space for ultra-wealthy thrill-seekers and competing directly with Blue Origin. Branson has long said he would be among the first passengers aboard Virgin Galactic's rocket-powered plane, but that flight is expected to take place later in 2021. So there you go. I guess maybe that's why Bezos is stepping down from the Amazon CEO, right? Because he wants to go to space. Why the hell not? That's pretty good stuff. Let's see. What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? I see you there in the chat. Let's see. Hello. What's up? The space peanut, the space ritual, right? Imagine he has an accident. Yeah, let's hope he doesn't have an accident. Okay, no, no. What the hell is that? The New Shepard. The New Shepard. Can't you guys think of a better name than the New Shepard for this rocket? I don't know. I mean, you know. Didn't Elon call his the big fucking rocket, the BFR or something like that? Anyway, I don't know. Call me a moron, and it's okay. I've been called worse. Here we go. Let's continue, shall we? There's more. This is reported by NPR today. This is just an hour or two ago. U.S. has recovered some of the millions paid in ransom to Colonial Pipeline hackers. Oh, wow. That's neat. The government has recovered a majority of the millions of dollars paid in ransom to hackers behind the cyber attack that prompted the shutdown of the Colonial Pipeline last month, officials announced on Monday. The Department of Justice has found and recaptured the majority of the ransom Colonial paid to the dark side network in the wake of last month's ransom attack. Lisa Monaco, U.S. Deputy Attorney General, said during a press conference. Monaco said the money has been recovered by the department's recently launched Ransomware and Digital Extortion Task Force that has been created as part of the government's response to an epidemic of ransomware attacks, which have, quote, increased in both scope and sophistication in the last year. You don't say. What makes them think that? It is the task force first operation of this kind. The ransom was paid in Bitcoin by Colonial Pipeline on the same day it was demanded by DarkSide, a ransomware developer that leases its software for a fee or a share in the proceeds. As of Monday, the government has successfully collected about 63.7 Bitcoin out of 75 that were paid by Colonial Pipeline, Reuters reported. According to Monaco, investigators discovered that the criminal group and its affiliates have been digitally stalking U.S. companies and intentionally targeting victims that are, quote, key players in our nation's critical infrastructure for a better part of the last year. And this is what I was saying, right? Like, this type of stuff is not, these are not one-offs. They're testing. Like, this is the terrifying part about this. They're seeing what they can get away with here, seeing what they can get away with there, because of course, right, when shit's about to hit the fan, they're going to click the switch and then do it all at the same time, and we're going to be in for a world of hurt, and it's not good. It's not good. This is not a good thing, and yeah. So let's see. Let me mute my phone as these people are texting me as we do this. All right. So I don't know. Yeah. It's stalking. It's a different kind of stalking. I know. I understand. Yeah. But you get it, right? Like, this is not good. This is nefarious stuff, and this is where where a troubled mind comes in, because, like we were saying, what's going to happen this summer, right? Like we're calling this the summer of saucers, right? The summer of UFOs or whatnot. But I don't think that's the case, because this is going to be the summer of cyber attacks, and of course, right? That's not what they want us talking about, because it makes them look bad, doesn't it? Doesn't it make the U.S. government look bad if their shit always gets shut down by hackers? Yeah, I would think so. So anyway, let's see. So they say that they've recovered some Bitcoin. I don't know how that works. I don't think you can just give Bitcoin and then take it back. Isn't it kind of like Western Union? Once you send it, that shit's gone. I don't know. Anyway, they got some voodoo billing going on here, which doesn't surprise me because I've been to a hospital and I understand the way voodoo billing works, and it works that you're not supposed to understand it. So this in particular, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Once you send Bitcoin to a particular wallet, you don't get that back, right? It's gone. Am I right? Like you can't hit the refund button. Nope, I don't think it works like that. Anyway, whatevs. As we continue talking about this, running down a dream here. Let's see, we're about perfect timing for just another quick break. So this is Troubled Minds News. I'm Michael Strange. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Okay, welcome back to Troubled Minds News, and let us continue, shall we? Let's go to foxnews.com, which again, foxnews.com. yeah, Fox News. All right. Michigan confirms first human hantavirus case. Oh, geez. Hantavirus? How do you say this? Let's ask Microsoft Mike. Let's find this out. Let's make this definitive, so now we all know.
Michigan confirms first human hantavirus case.
Hantavirus case. Thanks, Microsoft Mike. You're the best. The rat-borne illness was confirmed in a woman who suffered a serious pulmonary illness, officials said. Now, the thing about this is once we start seeing stuff like this, in the old days we used to ignore it, right? But in light of what happened the past year, when something comes out of some place in some weird part of the world where they eat weird things in their soup, you will pay attention, won't we? So let's pay attention to this just in case. Michigan health officials on Monday reported the state's first confirmed human case of the deadly hantavirus. Hantavirus? I think it's Hanta. The rat-borne illness, which U.S. health officials say cannot be transmitted from person to person. That's nice. Cannot be. Remember? Kind of like the zoonotic transmission. So it cannot be transmitted from person to person, they say, is typically passed to patients when they breathe in air contaminated with the virus through rodent droppings. Nice. That sounds cleanliness is like godliness, they say. The confirmed case under investigation by county and state health officials involved a woman in Washtenaw County recently hospitalized with a serious pulmonary illness from sin nombre hantavirus, according to the release from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. How the hell is it sin nombre? Sin nombre. How are we doing Spanish here? It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, the individual was likely exposed when cleaning an unoccupied dwelling that contained signs of an active rodent infestation. Yeah, not good. Yeah, we do callers, bro. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link. Get your ass in here. Get your ass in here if you got something to say about this stuff. Love to hear it. But hantavirus, so good. It's not human to human transmission, and it is also not. I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I will not ignore these anymore because the last one we did. We didn't ignore it, but you get my meaning here. These things seem to creep up on you, and then suddenly you got a worldwide pandemic. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Okay, Michigan officials explained hantavirus was first tied to a hantavirus pulmonary syndrome in sick patients in the Northwest in 1993, though the earliest case involves a Utah man in 1959, according to the CDC. Most infections have been reported among adults and crop up in the spring and summer. Symptoms of the disease include fatigue, fever, and muscle aches, as well as headaches, dizziness, chills, and abdominal pains. That sounds awful. Late symptoms may include coughing and shortness of breath, and the disease has about a 40% fatality rate. Holy shit, 40% fatality rate. Several of the symptoms mimic the signs for COVID-19. Yep, it says it right there. I'm going to make this screen full so you guys can see it. I'm not making this shit up. It says it right there. Several of the symptoms mimic the signs for COVID-19. It's not funny, right? But I mean, really? Okay. All right. Anyway, let's as we continue trucking here and talking about all this weird stuff, the weird news that is the news. What's up, guys? There it is. Axel says, wear a mask if you were cleaning up a bunch of mouse droppings. There you go. So it turns out it can be useful to wear a mask. Too funny. What's up? What's up? I see you, Johnson. Top subscriber there. Top fan. Johnson Ident is in the chat. Everybody stop what you're doing. Johnson just showed up. What's up? What's up, Johnson? Let's actually go to Derek in Massachusetts. What's happening, my friend? Welcome to the show. How are you?
Going on, Mike? Great show. How's it going?
Doing well. Thank you very much. Just doing our thing, man. Talking about the news. What is on your mind today?
You're talking about another weird possible virus. So I saw this in Yahoo News today. It's from the 5th, though. And then I back Google News it, and I searched mysterious brain syndrome Canada, and pretty much like every day they're like updating the title. Basically, there's one from the 3rd, 4th, 5th with just scarier headlines, basically. But I'll read, the New York Times is reporting on it too. That's where they got the information from. But I'll read the headline. Out of Montreal, 48 people from the same small Canadian province struck with a baffling mix of symptoms including insomnia, impaired motor function, and hallucinations such as nightmarish visions of death. Nightmares, visions of death. Like,
what hell?
Is that? What is happening? So it's one province, 48 people. They're saying the quixotic neurologist. They don't know what's going on. They're trying to decipher it. The whole town's alarmed. It's near New Brunswick. Basically, we don't know what's going on. But what kind of apocalyptic nightmare is that? Hallucinations. Sorry, and visions of death. What kind of scary virus is that? That's pretty creepy, right?
That's creepy. So I actually read a very long article about that, and the reason I didn't put it on this show is because it was a very long article, and it's one of those where, you know what I mean, where they do all kinds of prose in there, and you're like punching yourself in the face just trying to get to the meat and potatoes of it.
Give me the goods, yeah.
Yeah. But so I did read a thing on that, and there was one in particular, the article I read, I think it was by NPR or one of those, maybe The Guardian or one of those assholes, and they were basically saying in the article that there was a particular individual they were focusing on, and it was some guy's dad, and they had no idea what the hell was going on, but it came on suddenly. He went to all kinds of doctors, specialists everywhere. Nobody could figure out what the hell was going on, and he stopped being himself. It's like snap your fingers. He suddenly was not even anywhere near who he used to be, and so they thought it was all kinds of these terrible diseases, Parkinson's or all kinds of other just awful stuff, and he tested negative for everything. Like, they literally cannot find out what's wrong with this dude, and it's exactly what you're talking about. So I know what you're talking about. But go ahead.
I'm trying to picture it in my head. Like, I immediately just hear like symptoms, and my mind goes right to virus, and it goes right to like the flu-like symptoms. But that's not what they're explaining. Like, what they're explaining is they can't sleep. You're kind of having strange body movements, and you're seeing visions of death. Like, what does that mean? Is that suicidal thoughts? I don't think so. I think it means like you're seeing dead people and stuff, and your body's moving all weird. You can't sleep. Like, that's some kind of demon possession type stuff. Like, what's going on here?
It seems
in
like
one town.
Yeah, in one town, exactly. And so, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen those headlines, or those I would have put on the show. So we'll talk about that and keep an eye on that in the future. I don't know what that means. Is it nightmares? Is it exactly? Is it visions? Is it religious in nature? I don't know, bro. It's scary. I'll give it that. You know what? Interesting is that some of those same symptoms are linked to maybe not the apocalyptic stuff, but are linked to that. What was that? Havana syndrome, right? With that directed energy weapon or whatever the hell that was. So I wonder if there's a correlation there. If there's some sort of gain of function thing going on up in a particular area.
Oh wow!
Right, using it on the population.
That makes me think. I just watched Independence Day yesterday. I got a weird alien vibe yesterday, so I watched the first two, Independence Day and Arrival. So Resurgence in the sequel, people shit on it, get real bad reviews, so they didn't make the third one. But I think it's actually kind of cool. It has some cool elements in it. But in the beginning, pretty much, they're all having like what looks like Havana syndrome type symptoms, where they're like, there's something in my head, like some kind of strange tone in their head. But what they're seeing is visions of like an alien invasion and the end of the world. Pretty much, they're seeing like this kind of psychic link with like incoming apocalyptic doom. I mean, just some small Canadian town with 50 people seeing visions of death is just the start of a crazy apocalypse movie to me.
It totally is.
That's crazy, right?
Like who's the first one to turn into an actual zombie and start eating brains?
Exactly. Crazy. Great show, though, Mike. I'll let you go.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. That's Derek
Later.
from Massachusetts, guys. And the Night Stalker, Stocker. You can find him on the Fringe FM the Discord's the easiest way to get a hold of him. If you want to say hi to Derek, smart guy, always has great takes. And so that one I'll add to the list, and we'll keep an eye on that weird brain disease happening in Canada. Actually, let's pull it up and link it just so people can see we're not making this stuff up. Let's see. Canada. All right. Yeah, there it is. Unknown brain disease, Canada is the autofill here. And yeah, this is from 8 hours ago. So let's look at this one real quick and add it to the list as we talk about this. This is from thehealthsite.com, reports this deadly rare brain disease spreading rapidly, leaving patients, quote, seeing death and hallucinating. Thank you again for the call. Appreciate that. As always, the Night Stalker with some really good stuff. And yeah, what does that mean? Seeing death. Seeing death. Is that like the Grim Reaper shows up in the middle of the night? I don't know what that means. Let's read some of this just to fill this up, fill this out. So dozens of people from Canada are showing the symptoms of this rare brain syndrome. What is this rare disease? Experts have revealed that it is a rare neurological condition which is known as neurological syndrome of unknown etiology, NSUE. That's what happens when you don't know what it's called. You have to make up a fancy name, or I'm sorry, when you don't know what it is, you have to make up a fancy name saying, well, we don't know what it is. Patients suffering from the rare brain disease are mostly experiencing two common symptoms. The condition is leading to, quote, seeing the dead. Seeing the dead. That's what that means. Actually, I see dead people. What the hell? And also hallucinating. The person suffering. Dozens of people from Canada are showing the symptoms, and holy shit. So yeah, that's I actually hadn't realized they were seeing dead people. What the hell does that mean? Are you kidding me? This is like a bad movie. Like the start of a bad movie? I don't know. Holy smokes. Okay. Anyway, there you go. You guys have an article to go along with the great call. And they see dead people. You guys seen that movie? I see dead people. Yeah, well, now don't get this because, yeah, no thank you. No thank you. All right, let's go back to Mars. This is from the SCMP, the South China Morning Post. So let's look at this. China's Mars Eye in the Sky snaps Zhurong rover landing site. So Chinese Space Agency releases a new high-resolution image of Martian surface. Bright spots, show covers, and parachute discarded during touchdown. And as you can see, let's go full screen on this. I've put the link up there if you guys want to check it out. But apparently, they got the little, little arrows over here. You can see the scraps of the parachute and the other things. They've paywalled me. Anyway, so there you go. Bright spots shows covers and parachute discarded during touchdown. And there's the actual rover itself up here on the right. And yeah, so anyway, I didn't realize this is entirely paywalled. No thanks. Let's go to Gizmodo. Speaking of weird brain diseases and other bizarre things, check this out. What's up, Johnson? What's that trick you know? Yeah, it's all right. We'll get back to that at some point. So here we go. Gizmodo. Frozen in Siberian permafrost for 24,000 years, microscopic animal comes back to life. Yep. Cue the music. Dun, dun, dun. A lone rotifer has awakened after spending the past 24,000 years in frozen hibernation. Scientists hope that further studies of this multicellular animal may lead to better ways of cryopreserving human cells, tissues, and organs. Rotifers are worm-like aquatic animals that prefer freshwater environments and moist soil. These complex organisms aren't as charismatic as tardigrades, which of course are the water bears we talk about often on this show, another microscopic animal, but they're likewise known for their extreme survival skills as they're capable of withstanding dehydration, freezing temperatures, starvation, and low oxygen levels. By reviving a 24,000-year-old rotifer found in Siberian permafrost, scientists have just demonstrated that these creatures are even tougher than previously thought. The new findings were published today in Current Biology, and there's the link if you guys want the findings of the actual paper itself. There you go. biology, etc. So on. There we go. All right. There's the paper if you guys want to read the paper. Okay, so a living bedelloid rotifer from 24,000-year-old Arctic permafrost. So yeah, there it is. And that's what they look like. In case you were wondering, it is less cuddly than the water bear. Well, but what can you do? What can you do? We all can't be cuddly and Gucci goo, can we? All right, now this is a little crazy. We've been talking about this and speculating that maybe this is what's in for the summer of saucers. Instead of those things, we have this from CNN. The Energy Secretary says U.S. adversaries have the capability to shut down our power grid. Now look. Now look. If this is the case, don't you think we would be able to also do that to our adversaries? I mean, let's be real here, right? If they can do it to us, odds are we can do it to them, and maybe worse. Maybe lock them up for good. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I'm just saying, right? It stands to reason that if they can do it to us, we can do it to them. So because of course, our big military budget doesn't just do nothing. I mean, it doesn't just make trillions disappear. Clearly, I mean, it does some other things too, like maybe retaliatory strikes in the cyber world, for all I know. But anyway, let's watch a little bit of this Jake Tapper from CNN.
Challenge posed by these cyber attacks, these ransomware attacks, and 9/11. He's not comparing the loss of life, but in terms of the challenge. You told Congress last month that you think the energy sector needs to do better at defending itself against cyber threats. And just so people understand, most of the energy sector, most of how we get power in this country is the private sector. It's not government. Do you think that adversaries of the United States have the capability right now to shut down the power grid?
Yeah, they do. I mean, I think that there are very malign actors who are trying, even as we speak. There are thousands of attacks on all aspects of the energy sector and the private sector generally. I mean, the meat plant, for example. It's happening all the time. And this is why the private sector and the public sector have to work together. And this is what the president is doing. He's working with our allies. He's working with countries around the world, because other countries, even Russia, they don't want to see their sectors attacked by malign actors, by rogue non-state actors, not to mention state actors. So working with other countries, working with the private sector, working inside of our own government. The president has issued these executive orders to make sure that our own house is in order, making sure that citizens are able to protect themselves. My mother, who's 86 years old, 2 weeks ago got a cyber, not a ransomware, but she, was hacked. So the bottom line is we have all got to up our game with respect to our cyber defenses. Mm-hmm. The president is doing that, his executive order. And just to quickly say, on the pipelines, because the pipelines were a concern, obviously, the TSA, which actually regulates the pipelines, has now required the pipelines to report cyber incidents to the federal government, so that we at least have intel. But the bottom line is, people, whether you're private sector, public sector, whatever, you shouldn't be paying ransomware attacks, because it only encourages the bad guys.
There you go. Don't pay the ransomware attacks. I was trying to make the Jake Tapper face. I'm not sure I can. I can't stand Jake Tapper. He's a gun-grabbing mofo. But he
Martin, what else did Trump say in his speech?
Like looking down the end of his nose at you type of look. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm better than you type of thing. Anyway, screw Jake Tapper. I think he's a dick, and that's that. More part of the mainstream lying dog media, the lying dog pony soldiers, or whatever they're called. All right. So anyway, let's go to sci-fi.com and let's see what's up, Quint. I see Grateful Dead people. There you go. I see Grateful Dead tardigrades. The first lone neutron star ever seen outside the Milky Way. It doesn't happen too often, but sometimes you'll see a press release and or read a paper reporting a first of its kind observation that genuinely surprises me, this guy says. This is Phil Plate from sci-fi.com. So he's saying, I figured it would have been done long ago. But going through some old emails, he says, I saw a press release from a few years ago announcing astronomers had found the first lone neutron star outside our Milky Way galaxy. My reaction was confusion. Neutron stars are leftover cores of stars that explode as supernovae. The core collapses down to a ball about 25 kilometers wide with ridiculously fierce surface gravity and intense magnetic fields. We know of several neutron stars in other galaxies, I thought. They're powerful beasts and easily capable of blasting out radiation. Blah, blah, blah. Then he says, then I thought for a moment and realized my mistake. First of all, this one is alone in space. When a neutron star is orbiting another star like the sun, it can emit powerful X-rays, basically announcing its presence to everyone within a million light years. But this one is alone, not orbiting another star. Second, even from a couple 100,000 light years away, a lone neutron star isn't terribly bright, so finding one can be hard. Heck, we've been looking for one left over from supernova 1987A for over 30 years and still haven't clearly found it. In any case, let's see if he ever gets to the point here. It's one of these navel-gazing articles. I thought this was new news, but apparently it's old news. Tied up as new news. Anyway, let's skip that. Let's go back to the Daily Mail and see if we can see Miley Cyrus's ass just one more time, because we haven't had enough of that today, have we? All right, so here we go. Let's do this. This is this is interesting. I saw this one. It was like, how could this go wrong? The future of street lighting. Unique paint-like coating transforms any surface into a light-responsive pathway that glows for over 10 hours. A UK-based company, Nirvana Designs, has developed a light-responsive formula called StarPath. Oh, it's the star path. That makes ordinary pathways glow in the dark by absorbing UV rays during the day. The coating, which can be applied to any solid surface, including tarmac and concrete, offers an environmentally friendly, cost-effective, and sustainable alternative to traditional street lighting. Does that sound all those things that they just said right there? You paint something on the thing, and for 10 hours it glows. And look what they said. Environmentally friendly, cost-effective, and sustainable alternative to traditional street lighting. Does that sound like any of those things to you? Okay, it'll create jobs, I guess, painting the things every 10 hours. In any case, in simple terms, the product uses natural earth materials that absorb UV light during the day. It then emits a glow in the hours of darkness thanks to the formula's photoluminescent particles. Once applied, the product is suitable for foot traffic just 4 hours later and will glow for approximately 10 hours a night. Oh, I see. It doesn't just stop at 10 hours. Okay, I get it, I think. The formula, which creates a natural appearance in the daytime, comes in a range of colors, glowing green, blue, or aqua during the evening. Pricing per square meter of StarPath is determined on an individual project basis and is based on factors such as granule size, surface depth, and desired brilliance level. Well, there you go. Apparently I was wrong, and maybe it is sustainable and all those good things they said it was. But how often is it actually what they say it is? I'm just, throwing that out there. Anyway, pretty good stuff. Let's go back to that one we were paywalled. Still looking to hear from you. Thanks for Night Stalker for the call. If anybody else has comments on any of this stuff, show feedback. Like I said, sorry about the ads in the catalog there on the podcast feed, but hey, the dude's got to make some money somehow, right? So, like I said, if you have signed up to the Patreon or you subbed up to this channel, I am working on an ad-free experience for you so that you can have access to that if you guys listen to the podcast. I know many of you probably don't because you're here live. I would, if I was on the other side of this, I would prefer the live situation as well. But it doesn't mean you don't fire up a podcast from time to time. So anyway, just letting you know, it is coming if you are subbed up to this channel, which you can do free with Amazon Prime, like we said, or to the Patreon for as low as $5 a month. You will get the ad-free experience, and that will be the entire catalog. I'm going to put it all up there. I'm going back and we're doing Troubled Minds Classics. Like I said, old stuff with Frank is going up on the podcast feed. So I'll trim out some of the goofy stuff, like the 15 minutes of shout-outs, stuff like that, and then put them up there with some commercial breaks. We'll be right back. But okay, so that's what that is. Again, like I said, sorry if it cramps your style, but at some point you have to do it, or I'm going to give up rage quitting because, years of work and not getting paid for it is soul crushing. Anyway, where's that one? We had that one that was paywalled. Where was it? Where was it? South China Morning Post. All right, I'm going to use the Dwayne Dibley trick, and then we're going to finish this up and get out of here. Again, looking to hear from you guys. If you guys want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. You can also join the Discord and be part of the show that way. What do you think about any of this stuff? Any of the good stuff? Let's see. What do we got? Let's see. Let's go to the chat. Grateful Dead people. Good stuff. What's up, Supervike? Helena, I see dead microscopic animals. You guys are killing me. Let's see. Helena 21. There's a bike lane somewhere in this. Looks quite cool. With the glowing stuff, you mean? That might work, right? That might work. Let's see. What do we got? Helena says, I've never listened on an episode with Frank. I'm a fairly new viewer. Yeah, Frank's kind of a dick, but we love him anyway. So you'll see. You'll see. Frank's a smart dude. Frank's a lot of fun. Again, I'm hoping to get him back at some point. We'll see. Maybe to hop in once every other week and just do an episode with us. But we'll see. Time will tell. But anyway, so that's what's up. We're still loading this archive from the Dwayne Dibley trick. Shout out to Dwayne Dibley. What's up, buddy? And let's see, what do we got? Let's see. Who else in the chat? What's up? I see Alien Nichan. Thanks for being here. Ident. What's up, guys? What's up? All right. As this loads, I'll show you what we're waiting for. Here you go. Here's the actual loading of that archive. It has to do its thing, right? So there it goes, doing its thing. South China Morning Post, and we can read a little bit of that article to finish this up, and then we're done. But okay, so you guys know the drill. This show goes Monday and Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, for about an hour or so, and then we do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, the full Troubled Mind show. That's on Fringe FM, Facebook, YouTube, and DLive, and we talk about weird stuff. That's the show where we talk about all the things we're not allowed to talk about. And as we wait for this archive to actually do its thing, holy shit, it's taking forever. What the hell's going on? I guess we'll wait. We wait. We could wait or we could end it. What do you guys think in the chat? We're going to just end this, or are we going to wait for this article to load? Cross your fingers. Is it going to load? Think of Alien Nichan. Think of Abbott and Costello. Frank's the straight man. the grumpy. Yeah, there you go. It's super right. The grouchy straight man. Exactly right. And and he's got the Darth Vader voice. You think my voice is deep? He's like, rawr, rawr. He sounds like a monster. Well, he doesn't really sound like a monster. So I was going through some of the old archives and putting them up on the podcast feed and listening to Frank a little bit and just cracking up. Like some of our old episodes are just I thought they were terrible, to be perfectly honest, but like in my mind, like thinking back, but I go back and I listen now and I'm like, huh, this isn't that bad. You know how you're like your own worst critic? Anyway, as this damn thing loads, jeez, come on, look at it loading. Come on, it's okay, let it load. All right, if you're chilling, I'm chilling. Let's let this sucker load. Let it load. I'll drink some coffee. Okay, so that's the deal. Again, like I said, if there's too many ads, it's too obtrusive or whatever, let me know about the podcast feed. Like I said, I'm a little bit. It feels a little scummy to do it, but it is what it is, right? You got to monetize that back catalog, or else, like I said, you end up rage quitting if you end up spending money to spend a bunch of time, So anyway, I don't want to rage quit. I want to be able to keep this a long-term thing and do this for many, many, many years, and grow this community really big and all the rest of that. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Super Vike, Troubled Minds has come a long way, baby. Hell yes, we have. Go all the way back. Like go back and listen to the very first one. It's up there. It's up there on the podcast feed if you have not. And yeah. All right. So here we go. This is that one that we couldn't get because it was paywalled. Because I didn't notice it was paywalled. But here we go. All right. So there we go. This is from South China Morning Post, and this is the China's Mars Eye in the Sky snaps the Zhurong rover landing site. The Chinese Space Agency releases new high-resolution image of Martian surface. Bright spots show covers and parachute discarded during touchdown. So we saw some of the photographs, right, which was here, but let's read some of the article. China released its first high-resolution image of the landing areas of its Mars rover on Monday. The picture, released by the China National Space Administration, was taken last Wednesday by a camera installed on the Tianwen-1 orbiter. They did that on purpose to make a tongue twister, didn't they? Tianwen-1. The rover Zhurong, see what I did, appears as a smaller bright spot in the upper right corner of the image near a bigger spot, which is the lander. As of Sunday, the rover had worked 23 Martian days on the surface of the red planet. A Martian day is about 40 minutes longer than a day on Earth. The administration said the rover had started exploring the planet's surface and collecting data. It said a dark area around the landing platform might have been caused by an engine plume during landing. Bright spots below the lander show part of the entry capsule's cover and parachute, which were jettisoned during the landing process. The entry capsule's heat shield can be seen as a bright spot in the lower left of the image. Now, oddly enough, let's get the actual. So there's the image that we're talking about here. But then when you do the archive, that image just turns into a blurry mess. Like, what the hell's going on? That's really funny. Yeah, so you cannot have your cake and eat it too, unless you have two tabs in your browser. But there's the crappy blurry picture. But you get the article, right? But then you click over to the other one, you get just a picture and no article. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Thanks. Shout out to Dwayne Dibley for the trick. And what's up? Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Hey, look at that. Night Stalker. I'm super impressed by the show, Mike. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. And he says, you're at the front of all these stories, beating Clyde and everyone by a while. Yeah, I've noticed that. And actually, this even goes back like a couple years. I'd do something, right? We'd do a particular show, and I'd say a particular thing, and like a day later or 2 days later, Clyde Lewis was talking about exactly the thing I was talking about in a similar context even. I was like, what? These guys are slow. These guys are hella slow. That's the beauty of doing stuff yourself, is you don't have to wait for anybody to do jack shit. You just pull up the news, you read it, and then you do it, and that's it, right? That's the deal. That's the best part of this. There's no committees. There's no kissing this guy's ass to get the news story in that he didn't want to have in. There's nothing like that. You read it, you put it up, and you do it. And it's a lot more work doing it by yourself, but no committees. And no committees means straight to the press. Just run it. Run it. I appreciate it, guys. Let's see. What are we doing? Hanging out with the chat. Like I said, deal is this: Monday and Friday, Troubled Minds News. If you want to submit news stories, shout out to 40s AM, a close friend of the show, been watching for a long time here. He shares tons and tons of articles in the Conspiracy News folder in Discord. So if you guys want your news stories to be talked about on this show, just get in there and submit them. Let me know. I always cruise it just before we start, pick out some of the ones that make sense with the show we're doing. And if you want your articles talked about, put them in. If you don't, that's cool too. I'll keep doing my best to pick out interesting things to talk about. But it is like I always say, it's our show. It's not my show. It's our show. And if you want things like we're going to have Paul, actually UFO, Paul, the New Hampshire UFO hunter. He's going to be on the show this week. If you're a friend of the show and you'd like to be on the show and talk about something in particular, you're welcome to. All right. Like I've always said, it's an open invite to anybody. If you want to be on for a segment or the whole show, it's completely up to you. And you've got me. So I understand some people get nervous on the radio and these things. Don't worry. You've got me. You've got me. If you have not, as Tam Bam said, if you have not co-hosted a show yet, you probably should at least spend some time doing it and hang out with me. How much more fun can you have than just hanging out with Michael Strange and the crew? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Anyway, we're done. We're finished here. So I'm going to say thank you to all the folks who have subbed up to the Patreon and the people who have subbed up to the Twitch here. And like I said, for those folks that do, there's an ad-free podcast experience coming. I'm still working on the details of that. And again, there's a couple people I still need your Discords, Stinky Carnival and another one. I'll be reminded when we play the Star Wars crawl here. But anyway, I'm trying trying to keep everybody straight. It's hard because everybody has different usernames on different platforms. So it's kind of a let's just say mind fuck, because I know that, the Night Stalker is the Night Stalker is the Night Stalker on all the platforms, right? So that's easy. But like, there's other people that are like, oh, they're this, and then they're that, and they're the other thing on 4 different platforms. It's impossible to keep straight sometimes. So, like I said, thank you, everybody, for hanging out, being here. Thanks for all the enthusiasm. Thanks for making this show a success. This show is officially a success because we've now actually monetized the back catalog, and money's coming in. It's not a lot, but it's money. It's positive. That means this show is officially out of the red, if you can believe that shit. After 3+ years, we're out of the red. Not a lot of money, but it's out of the red. Thank goodness gracious for that. Thanks to you guys. Like I said, we'd never, ever be here without most of you. Some of you, you're kind of a pain in the ass, but we love you too. Kind of like we love Frank, right? I'm just kidding. You guys know I'm just kidding. All right, so here we go. Let's play this and say thank you to all the folks that have made all of this possible with this outro. Bingo. All right, so these are the folks that have subbed up and helped the channel, and you know who I'm talking about, Johnson. I'm talking about you, Johnson. I'm talking about you, buddy. Easy, Johnson. All right, here we go. Thanks to these folks, our amazing supporters. Join the list today. AJ Dare, Alien Nichan, Dark Devious, 40s AM, iDent. That's you, Johnson. What's up, buddy? J Up, Cousin Wyatt. We got Jay from New York. We got Noble Kal-El, Monochromatic, Not the Golf Channel, Quint67, Stinky Carnival, Super Vike 1, Satan Claus. Patreon supporters. We've got Alien Nichan, Axel Steele. We've got Dark Devious, Dwayne Dibley. We've got Hill21, J-Up, and we've got Matt Sal Twigs, and last but not least, Johnson. What's up, Johnson? We'll get you added to the list there. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow night doing Troubled Minds, and you guys know the drill. You know where to find us, and we will see you then. Thanks again. Like I said, without you folks and all the support, and it makes me want to come back. You know what I'm saying? And I won't lie. There are times I wanted to quit this entire thing. I'm like, I just want to take a nap and watch a ball game. You know what I'm saying? No, this is a lot more fun, a lot more rewarding, and look at all these amazing folks we ended up meeting in this community we built. So thanks again. I appreciate all of it. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great one. It is Monday, but we'll call it Happy Monday, because why the hell not? Take it easy, guys. See you tomorrow. Michael Strange is out.